Okay, let's get the show on the road. Hey everyone, welcome back to a CI Chit Chat. It's been a couple weeks, so I'm excited to be back after Thanksgiving and kind of uh, taking things slow for a little bit. Part of that also, my wife and I had a son last week, which is very exciting. He's doing great. His name is Beckon, and so he becomes my third child here now, which is very exciting. And yeah, everyone is doing super well. So been a little busy with that over the last couple weeks, but we're back in the full swing of everything. Of course, there is a lot of work to do, so no time to waste, that's for sure. But for anyone that is new, we're talking CI, which is carbon intensity. And it's the carbon footprint per bushel of our production. That's important because on the farm, our carbon footprint becomes part of the supply chain's carbon footprint. Particularly talking about biofuels, and we're talking biofuels because of the 45Z tax credit, which was originally Inflation Reduction Act, turned big beautiful bill, and it's making some serious progress. So, I'm not going to spill all the beans here today, but I know that the 45Z rules are like at the finish line. I don't know exactly when we're going to get some of the clarity that we need, but I know it's going to be real soon. So the big message here for today is stay very much in tune with our email, our social media channels, things going on. I think it could be very quick turnaround time between some information getting released and when we want to do one of our emergency press conferences and talk about it. Just with Christmas coming up and kind of a condensed time frame here as we get towards the end of the year, as things come out, we want to get everybody up to date as fast as possible. So that's going to be really the main thing. I know that this administration has been working on updating some of the guidance that was drafted and some stuff that was preliminarily put out by the Biden administration. The Trump administration folks are continuing to really make progress, and I know things are extremely close. So it
You
should
want
be
to.
a lot of the good clarity that we need, I think. I think it's going to be a lot of the some of the key info that the farmers need as far as what practices are going to be included for 45Z, what is going to be the carbon intensity reductions associated with different practices, how do we got to verify do we need to change anything from the data collection stuff that Continuum helps its farmers to be able to do, and pulling all that data into our topsoil software so we can get third party verified. Like we're going to get a lot of this clarity here really, really soon. So it's exciting. I don't know, of course, the exact details, but I know that things are really, really making progress and, just continuing to push. And that's basically what I've had to do for the last 3 years. I've been working on this is just try to continue to educate myself. Therefore, I can educate you all and educate, our expansive farmer network, trying to just make sure that everybody is as up to date as I can make them. Because I'm trying to, of course, stay as up to date on all of the 45Z rules and guidance as I can. I'm trying to navigate it for my own farm, trying to navigate it for all of our customers, of course, in the software. And like I said, it looks like things are moving in the right direction, very close to getting done. And it's basically what I've been saying the whole time that, the big beautiful bill passes in July. I knew that they were making some good progress through July, August, September, and progress. I think it really continued even before July, just kind of under the radar a little bit. But the shutdown obviously slowed things down a little bit, but it was close enough before the shutdown that sure things are delayed maybe a little bit, but still able to get some updated guidance and some clarity in a timely manner. So again, there's no details and stuff that I can share today. All I can say is follow our stuff closely. I I know things are getting extremely close to coming out of DC, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, in the short term, it's we finally do have things ready to go from our referral partner network again. So, Continuum has been working directly with thousands of farmers all across the country that are using our software to at least run their CI score. And that's for free. So if you haven't got your score yet, at least go to Topsoil and be able to plug in your base high level data on a crop by crop basis, and it spits out your CI score. It's free, takes a couple minutes, especially if things are slowing down for you here over the winter time and you're able to get in front of a computer. That's the easiest spot to do it. Topsoil.ag, you can run your score and be able to fiddle around with different scenarios and toggle your score. What I'm saying though is the score that Topsoil shows today is going to be likely updated here over the coming probably a couple weeks, a month or two. Um, Once we get some updated stuff out of DC, I know that there is a updated CI calculator that's being worked on. So I think we're going to have to integrate that updated calculator and be able to just rerun everybody's scores. But it's the same data, same like practice data and stuff. So that's why I'm like, all right, you might as well get your stuff plugged in here now, see what your score is under the current model today. So you kind of have a frame of, the type of score that you'd be expecting. And then we'll get this new calculator plugged in whenever it is fully published and ready. And we'll hit, recalculate and update everybody's scores and alert everybody when that happens and be able to see what your updated score is. I think it's going to be good, from the intel that I've got. I think we're going to be happy with the updated calculators and the practices that'll be included and whatnot. Is it going to be every single thing that I would like? Are they all going to come to fruition? I have to assume no, right? There's probably going to be some things that I would like to see done differently, but is it going to be good enough? I definitely think so. So anyway, so getting those scores put together, there'll be updates coming very soon. We do have our referral partner network going. So one of the changes that we had to make was the farmers really have to be hands-on with plugging in their data. Farmers own their data here at Continuum Ag, and especially this CI certificate that is created with your data and goes through the third-party verification, the farmers are signing an attestation that they did the practices and that what they plugged into the software is legit. So the farmers have to be hands-on a little bit to plug in that data in. We can't just have dealers do all the data work on behalf of the farmer, like what we were originally hoping we'd be able to do and really simplify things for the farmer. The farmer has to be involved. So that's why we had to shift to more of a referral partners system, but we do finally have that referral partner network up and going and launched. So if you're interested in learning more about being a referral partner for Continuum, send me a message or I'll connect you with the right folks. I'm not leading the charge on that on my side, but I can connect you with the right folks here at Continuum if you're interested. But contact us if you do want to be a referral partner, especially folks that, maybe you're selling seed or inputs or whatnot to farmers, or you're a consultant, an agronomist. Uh, Really good opportunity to be able to bring new value to your farmers, make a little bit of money yourself, and be able to make sure that your network knows exactly what's going on here and you're the go-to person to help them out. So we've been working on that. We had to change a lot of major things, but we finally have that referral partner network back up and going. And uh, just with in the nick of time, with a little time to spare. The other key thing that really working on here is the offtake side of things. I do think that some of the updated guidance that I'm hinting is going to be coming soon. Um, I think it's going to give a lot of clarity as to how the farmer data could be linked from the farm to the ethanol plants or to the biofuel producer, specifically saying I think we're going to get some clarity on book and claim versus mass balance. In the USDA's preliminary guidance, they said use a mass balance approach, which basically means you have to physically deliver the, the physical corn to the ethanol plant and then link in the data to that physical corn, kind of a semi-traceable, semi identity preserved traceability system. It's not full identity preservation, but still have to have linkage and some traceability versus book and claim, where you can sell the core in one direction, sell the CI certificates a different direction. That's what we're going for. It'd be a lot easier, a lot more scalable, and especially with all the look back work that's going to be needed, it'd be a lot, a lot easier to be able to decouple the corn and the certificates. But we should get some clarity on what the USDA is recommending to do extremely soon. I do think that even after some of these updated rules come out, there's going to be an opportunity to continue to push on the IRS. Ultimately, they will have to create some updated guidance here as well. That'll be obviously, after the first of the year, I'm sure. But there'll be an opportunity to really push on them and continue to work with our folks in DC to make any final kind of tweaks and stuff. But and especially for the biofuel producer side of things, there's going to be a little bit of additional clarity that those producers are going to want. But on the farmer side, on the feedstock side, what's coming here very soon is going to give us the clarity that we need. It's going to be and end up giving us the clarity that we need to know has Mitch Hora been right and this is going to be a good deal, or has this all kind of been for nothing? That's going to be getting made known very soon. Obviously, I'm optimistic and have enough intel that I think it's going to be good. That's why I'm continuing to do all this and continuing to fight the good fight. But we're going to find out here real soon. So, yeah, that's really kind of the main thing here for today. Uh, oh, Alan, yeah, please talk about what referral partners actually do. Great. So our referral partner piece, so I'll talk about this journey a little bit, maybe in maybe more detail than everyone wants, but it's probably important for context here and see some recognizable names on this that are tuned in here today that have kind of seen this and maybe are a little confused. Um, a year ago, 2 years ago, the before we went through the first verification, my thought process was, all right, this is going to be a bunch of data that the farmers need to get put into topsoil to get verified. There's already a lot of dealers that are out there, agronomists, crop consultants, ag retailers, what have you. And as an agronomist myself, as a crop consultant myself, I know the power of those networks and the relationships that those folks have with farmers. So my approach was, hey, let's get those dealers involved as basically an arm of Continuum. So we don't need to hire a gazillion people and attempt to go direct to all these farmers. Let's utilize a dealer network instead. The dealers already have a lot of the data. They can just put it in, and this will make things super easy. So we had these dealers that we were compensating very generously because they could just put in the data and basically the farmer wouldn't have to hardly do anything. So we had of our first batch of farmers that went through the third party verification. Again, we verified 29 million bushels. Most of those bushels were farmers that we were directly working with and we were helping the farmers go through the data collection. But there was a percentage of the farmers that were working with a dealer, and the dealer basically put in the data for them. However, when we sent the data to the auditors, and they then had to do site visits and the on-farm audits with a select group of farmers, they were asking the farmers, "Hey, tell me more about this application. Tell me more about this fertilizer. Tell me more about yada yada yada." And the data that the farmer put into the software, and the farmer in that case didn't put the data into the software. The dealer did it for them. So when the auditors were asking the farmer questions about how they use topsoil, the farmer didn't know because the farmer wasn't the one that did it. The dealer did it on their behalf. Normally this would be fine, but the problem was the farmer signed an attestation saying that the data in topsoil was legit, but they weren't the one that put the data into topsoil. And they reviewed it, of course, obviously, but not necessarily in probably as much rigor and detail as they should have. Everything worked out. They still passed the audit. It was all legit, of course, but the farmer really wasn't the one that had crossed the T's and dotted the I's. The dealer did it for them. And the auditors are like, we can't be having this going forward. If the farmer is signing an attestation that they did the practices, that they did these efforts, they need to know what they put in. They need to know what they are signing for. So therefore, we can't have the dealers enter the data on behalf of the farmer. We have to have the farmer enter the data themselves. Now, when the farmer's in on their account, is their dealer going to be sitting right next to them, maybe helping put in the data? Don't ask, don't tell. But at least the farmer has to be involved in understanding the practices that they are claiming that they did, and make sure that the farmer knows and has hands-on to to the data that they are providing, that they are signing an attestation that is legit. So the referral partners instead of the referral partners entering all the data on behalf of the farmer, now the referral partners are just that. They refer the farmers to use topsoil. They could help the farmer to enter some data, but the farmer is ultimately has to be the one that is has hands-on to the process. They have hands-on to the data because they're signing the attestation. They're undergoing an audit. They're just using our software to do so. So now the referral partners, the workload is significantly lower than what I originally thought it was going to be. I thought the dealers were going to end up doing a lot of work, and that's what we were compensating them very aggressively. Where now the referral partners just invite the farmer to topsoil, maybe help them out a little bit, but the farmer essentially goes through the process by themselves. Now, why I feel comfortable doing this is we've had an extra year to improve our software, improve systems, really streamline things. And we've really been able to simplify the data collection process where I feel way more comfortable with a referral partner just referring a farmer to do it because it's simplified to the extent that the farmer really can do the process by themselves. They can add in the data, upload evidence. Sure, they could, call our customer support folks or call the, we'll have to continue to build up more of our team as well, more resources, but or call their referral partner for a little bit of help. But it's not this big workload, this big lift like it was going to be more than a year ago when we were first going through this and didn't have the software capacity to simplify things. Now the software is simplified enough. The farmer can add in the data. The referral partner can just kind of help them out, and be there as a resource to answer questions and whatnot, maybe provide some assistance. But the major difference is we can't have dealers that do the work on behalf of the farmer. We just need to have referral partners that help get farmers to the system, answer questions, maybe help them out as they go about it. But the farmer's got to be directly involved in the system, directly involved in the data collection process. And in order to protect ourselves and the entire project, we got to kind of force this to occur. Because keep in mind, next time that we submit a bunch of farmers for audit, we're going to be submitting hundreds of millions of bushels, and then, call it hundreds, if not, more than 1,000 farmers. And those farmers then are going to undergo an audit, and there'll be a percentage of them that get selected for the site visits. So if those farmers selected don't know what they put into the system, or something got put in incorrectly or whatnot, it could kind of tank things for us and for everybody. Now, there's contingencies. We know how to go through it. It'll be fine, but we just can't allow for mistakes to be made, or we just can't allow for um, we got to reduce the risk of potentially failing an audit. So therefore, we got to make some of these changes to ensure that it's as easy as possible for the farmers to do it by themselves, and ensure that we're doing things the way that the ISO standards require and that the auditors require. So, long story short, that's what it is. Dealers used to do all the data. It was a lot of work. Now it's just refer the farmers over and we give you a kickback. So that's the gist of it. So a lot less work for the referral partners. and obviously we have to take on the work ourselves. So the share of the compensation reflects that as well, right? We're doing the work because we have to control the process, we have to control things. We learned a lot from that initial audit, so we've adjusted accordingly. So hopefully that helps. Again, if folks are interested in being a referral partner, you want to learn more, happy to connect with the right person who can show you exactly what's in the contract, exactly what's required. But really, it's just helping to make sure that farmers get connected with the right resources, and we'll handle it and take it from there. We've really streamlined and automated a lot of the process. It's really freaking cool what our ops team has been able to put together because we've had extra time to do it. So stinks that things have been delayed, but actually it's helped us to really build out a lot more systems and automation and stuff. So I think it'll be good in the end. But anyway, hello, Diana. Yeah, if there's any other questions, toss them over. But really, I think it is, um, again, the message for today. I know things are getting extremely close in DC. Stay tuned. We will get you the information as soon as we have it. And I think we're going to get some really, really good clarity. Um, if I'm betting it will be next week, right? So before Christmas, before things really, go on break in DC and get us some key clarity that we need. So thanks everyone for sticking with us, sticking in there, uh, and we're seeing this thing through to the bitter end, that's for sure. But obviously, I'm confident that it's going to be good, and global agriculture can absolutely be changed with this program and changed for the better. And a lot of farms helped, a lot of farms moving forward with the soil health principles, moving things in a really, really positive direction. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I am planning on being back on the Chit Chat next week. And we'll do an emergency press conference if needed, if anything happens, and you will all know because if this goes, everybody's going to know about it because I'm going to be yelling it from the mountaintops. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone for jumping on. Have a great Tuesday and a great week. Happy to chat more, but we'll be in touch here very soon. Thanks everyone.